Hi and welcome to CM Today's In Focus. Today we are at Damak Heights, a property owned by Damak and managed by LOAMS. LOAMS has been instrumental in creating safe and comfortable living conditions in a number of communities such as Damak Hills, D2 and the Wave Dubai Marina. Today we have with us Mr. Syed Haouasli, the Vice President of Facilities Management at Communities at Damak. So Mr. Haouasli, how is the year looking for LOAMS? What are your plans?
The year looks great. We already manage more than 58 projects and 2 master communities. In terms of number of units, we are already at 42,000 units. Out of that, 37,000 in Dubai, on the day-to-day relation with Rira and Moulak. We are lucky to be owned by Damak, being the largest private developer here. And of course, being successful, working with a successful developer gives us always opportunities to look at the projects that are being handed over, which we have at this moment, but also to attend and review the projects that are being launched.
So can you tell us a bit about your professional journey?
My professional journey started in Morocco first by working in the hospitality sector with one of the best hospitality brand, being Starwood at Sheraton Casablanca. After 5 years and in 2004 particularly, I joined a company which belongs to Majid Al Futtaim. And in 2008, I became Director of Operations in Imdad. And then in 2012, I joined as Vice President in Damak to take care of the community management and facilities management in Damak. And I remember in 2012 when we first registered LOAMS in Rira, and today LOAMS is the best management company in Dubai.
So as an expert in facilities management, what do you have to say about this new profession of community management?
Facilities management is all about the direct delivery of services. How to deliver the service in the MEP, how to deliver the service of cleaning, how to deliver the security within standard. When you are in the facilities management, you depend on tenders that you receive in the market. It could be for schools, could be for shopping malls, could be for residential buildings. But in the community management, the moment you speak about community management, or what we used to call association management, it's directly the freehold sector come into the mind. And directly RERA, being the regulatory agency, is involved. So if you want, in the community management, there is the aspect of facilities management, becomes only one aspect, which you have to add the legal aspect, you have to add the financial aspect, because at the end you have to prepare budgets and perform financial audits for every GOP, which we used to call association. Then in terms of community management, it has progressed. If we, by moving from the law 27 of 2007 to law 6 of 2019, there was difference. And this difference has impacted the market. For instance, earlier there was no obligation of having regulated accounts, or what we call escrow accounts. After 2019, we have escrow accounts. So the community management have gone through new experience by moving into Moulak. But alhamdulillah, things have progressed a lot. And today, I believe that based on my experience, because we have access to some international projects, I think the community management in Dubai remains the best.
Do you face any challenges as a community management company?
Obviously, as I said, the move from law 27 of 2007 to law 6 of 2019 has changed some specifics to the way you run the operation. For instance, law 6 2019 requires, and this is the under the guidelines of RERA, to have committees in each building. As you can see in this building, we do have a wonderful committee, and the committees that became challenged based on what I hear, or based on my interaction with other management companies in the market. I don't see it as a challenge, but rather a help to the management company to both or to have a third party residing in the buildings who performs and evaluates the services and also helps in discussions about the improvement. So it is a challenge, or it was a challenge naturally when it started. It is actually a help to every management company to get things done quickly.
What ingredients contribute to LOAMS' success?
LOAMS' success is due to the contribution and positive contribution of every stakeholder with whom we deal. First of all is our mother company, DAMAC, as I said, being the largest private developer. You have RERA, and we have to thank every member in RERA for the opportunities they give us to understand our doleances and to always find solutions for us for the best of every investor. Third, I have to thank the civil defense, municipality, police, because we maintain good relation with all this as part of our day-to-day operation. And of course, we cannot be successful without our employees who are excellent, who are committed, and our service providers who are the real assets who provide the services on site, the satisfaction of our residents and to our committee members.
So what makes LOAMS different?
LOAMS is different, first of all, because of the strong developer we have, which is DAMAC, and because of the guidance of our chairman, Hussein Sajwani, which is always towards equality. Third, we, as part of our deliverables, we maintain good relation with all authorities. Of course, RERA is our center of interest. We work with them closely on how to make the rules and regulations into practice. And I think we have positive interaction. It has always been positive. And the good thing about RERA is that whenever an issue is discussed, it's definitely there is a willingness to find a solution, and we find this solution together. We deal with the residents, as I said earlier. We deal with the owners. We deal with civil defense. We deal with Dubai police, ambulance. We do perform fire drills to all our projects without exception, and this is since 2012. So I think in this, it gives us some unique deliverables that are tangible. And example, we are consistent in the way we provide events through our communities. So when you see events in Damak Hills or events in D2 or Damak Heights or in Ocean Heights, means that you have a consistent program and you have a yearly schedule that you need to follow. The same applies to the fire drills with civil defense, and we do have good participation from the residents, and this is very important. So I think this is what makes us unique, is that we engage the customer, being the owner or the resident, but we also engage the authorities in our deliverables.
So how is LOAMS trying to stand out in the services it provides to residents?
Well, as I said earlier, we are owned by DAMAC, being the largest private developer and the developer number one. So we can only be number one, and to be number one, our scope of services should be number one. Our service providers should be number one. And the way we deal with our customers, and we keep the customer in the center of our deliverables, should be also number one. Now, the way we handle the community management, we avoid the mistake that happens sometimes in the market by management companies telling the residents that we deal only with owners. That is wrong, because we have many examples of tenants becoming owners. So if your services are good on the site, they are most of the time perceived by the tenants. Actually, not more than 10% of the owners are residing. So if I have to give a message on how to improve, it's always by involving the committees who are residing owners. So we are going back again to the new guidelines and why RERA, or the Law 6/2019, have reserved big part to the committees. So for us, We can only be number one, and we believe that we are number one, because unless you believe you are number one, you can never be number one.
So that brings us to the end of the interview. Mr. Haouasli, it was a pleasure to have you on CM Today's In Focus.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure to receive you here, and thank you for your contribution to the more visibility of the community management in the market.